Nothing changes until something changes. And if you want to transform your life, if you want to shift your circumstance, and if you want to be a better person to be able to have ultimate results this year, there's 5 books that I'm going to share with you that are going to change not only your perspective, not only your environment, but the results that you're able to achieve so that you can be the best version of yourself and go off and empower other people. So let's get to it. Number one, Who Moved My Cheese is probably my favorite book. When we're talking about change, when we're talking about the uncomfortability, as well as the cost of change. And the subtitle says it the best: an amazing way to deal with change in your work and in your life. It's literally only 90 pages on the dot, 90 pages. And it's an amazing book where it's telling this story of two mice's journey through a maze and the power of change in your life. Okay. The power of environment, the empowerment, the power of decision making. And it's an amazing start to your season, your year, your week. And if you want to begin to make a change, one of the misconceptions is that you have to start at the top of the year, the top of the month, the top of the week. I have to start on Monday. After this video, I want you to go purchase all 5 of these books and begin your journey today. Take the first step today. Once you have finished this book, because I'm going to give them in order on how I want you to read them as well. Once you finish this book and you now are open to making a change, it's time for you to read Ready to Mingle: Connecting the Pieces for Internal Growth by Keanu Williams. And the reason why it's important to read Who Moved My Cheese first is because before you read this book, which is about understanding how to unpack your baggage, understanding the key components that you need to really be able to fulfill within your life so that you can remove the barriers, remove the baggage, and create a path forward of transformation. In the bio in the back, you want to work on yourself, but you don't know where to begin. You're tired of reliving the same cycles and struggle to find people that truly understand you. You have dreams and goals, but somehow your past continues to block you from achieving your full potential. If that sounds like you have to first be ready for the change. Okay. So once you get Who Moved My Cheese, now it's time for you to get Ready to Mingle. It's an amazing resource. I think a lot of times we're only looking at New York Times best-selling books, the books with thousands and thousands of reviews, but there's so many amazing authors that are writing great pieces of work that are never found. And that's one of the books that I've found that is transformative. Transformative. Once you're able to now unpack who you are, learn who you are, accomplish your goals, set a path forward, now it's time for you to get the third resource, The People Factor by Van Moody. I love what it says on the back: the relationships in your life will make the difference between happiness and misery. The right relationship, though, will launch you to the heights of achievement. The wrong one will tell you or tether you to mediocrity. Your relationships will be your sources of greatest joy and your venues of greatest pain. And in this book, the author says, when people show you who they are, pay attention. The reality of our relationships is that they're the breadcrumbs to our destiny. And in this book, it talks about how building great relationships and ending bad ones unlocks your God given purpose. Oftentimes, the thing that is standing in front of where you are to where exactly you want to be is 1 or 2 relationships. The 5 people that you spend most of your time either spending time with, talking to, engaging with, investing time, energy, and resources in. I want you to audit your relationships. And in this book, it gives you an amazing roadmap on how to look not only at yourself, but at your relationships with a non-judgmental perspective. Write down and documenting the things that are most valuable to you from your values perspective, as well as where you want to go in the future, so that you can begin to take steps and transform your life. I believe that relationships also are currency. And once you're able to make the change, then you begin to unlock and unpack who you are. And then you're meeting and really developing and cultivating relationships with better people. Number 4 book is Think and Grow Rich. Now I believe that revenue begins to come to you. Oftentimes, we're focusing on making a lot more money, getting a better job, but saving money, investing money, really thinking of the mindset that attracts more opportunities and money and more resources and more of the overflow in our lives is all talked about in this book. This is a classic, in my opinion. It's probably the number one. Obviously, 15 million copies sold worldwide. It's one of my favorite financial literacy books. And I think a lot of times in the new year, in the new month, in the new quarter, a lot of people want to start with financial books. They want to make more money this year. They have all of these financial goals, but they don't have relational goals. They don't have personal, transformative goals, and they don't have change goals. So we have to start with Who Moved My Cheese. Okay, that's resource number one. Once we understand that, now we have to start getting ready to mingle and then being able to focus on the deeper things that need to take happen within our lives so that we can be the best versions of ourselves. Then that will allow us to attract the relationships that we deserve in our life and remove the relationships that are destroying or distracting us from the life that God has in store from us. Then once we have great relationships, a mindset of change, and we are the best versions of ourselves, now we're ready to receive the blessings and the overflow that comes with Think and Go Rich and the perspectives of this specific resource. Now, I believe that a lot of the times in our lives, we are walking past the most significant moments. And it's these moments where we've become successful that we talk about, but it's the bigger moments on the journey of success that are the ones that are most transformative. I also believe that writing your story and sharing your story is the most meaningful gift that you can give to the next generation because it serves as a roadmap to not have another generation stuck in the different places that you were stuck in. And it gives them a roadmap on how to recreate the success and avoid the specific times where you have fallen. Now, this year, and I am biased, but the Writer's Game, the business behind your story, is the fifth resource. If you are ready to begin writing your story, if you've had aspirations of publishing a book and leaving your legacy to the next generation, if you are a thought leader or just a creative that wants to put all of your experiences on paper, then I definitely recommend you going to Amazon and you purchasing the Writer's Game, the business behind your story. Because in this book, I talk about the years of publishing experience, the over hundreds of clients that have published through us and thousands of people that have come through our courses and our online resources. We talk about a strategic method to publishing your book as well as promoting it so that you could build a business beyond the story. The reality of it is that 276 copies are the number that most and the majority of authors sell within the lifetime of a book. But in this book, we're teaching you how to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars simply from your story and not just have an increase in income, but also an increase in impact. So this is the fifth book, The Writer's Game behind the business behind your story. Thinking and Growing Rich, The People Factor, Ready to Mingle, and Who Moved My Cheese are 5 books that you need to purchase this year. The links are below, and we'll see you guys next episode.